I wanted to understand whose idea it was for you to get into this business, because it was a little unclear to me. Was this your idea or your dad's?
It was kind of both of us. He wanted me to get a business. I wanted the same thing.
Why wasn't he comfortable with you just doing your own thing?
He was a single parent, so he kind of felt more responsibility.
What happened to your mom?
She passed away in 9/11.
How old were you?
I was 9 years old. I remember every second of that day. That day, she happened to be in the towers, and yeah, and that's what happened. So
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, yeah, it was a sad time for sure. It was just like a picture-perfect family, and then something like that happens, and it just gets ripped away from you.
You and your brother?
Yeah.
And so your dad got left holding that bag.
Right.
Look, I've never experienced the loss of somebody in a tragedy like Jimmy and Dante have, but I can understand why Jimmy coddles his son, and while he's micromanaging and creating a lot of tension between him and Dante, it's because he cares so much about his son, and he feels a tremendous amount of pressure for his son to succeed.
You know, I wasn't aware of what happened when he was a kid, how he lost his mom, you lost your wife.
Yeah, it's hard for me to talk about that.
Yeah.
You know, she was the best. She was great. We had the greatest life you could
How long
imagine.
were you married?
19 years. We had everything. We had the 2 beautiful kids. You know, we had a good marriage. And it was very hard. Her father got ill, and she was going to visit him at the hospital, so she couldn't go to work. And she had important meetings that she was going to be missing. She said, I'm going to run across to the World Trade Center and check on the people that were supposed to be at the meeting, and then I'll come back to the hospital. So she went there for a few minutes, and that's what happened. So what little compensation I got for them, I gave it to them. I said, Mother, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
And that's why I felt he could do business, because he had some money from that. And I said, go ahead.
And so the money that you bought the business with was part of the money that came from your mom's passing?
I didn't want to keep that money. I gave it to the kids because like I said, it was blood money to me, and they had no mother. So I didn't want them to wait till I was dead to have the money. And then it was just sitting there, and he couldn't find a job. What am I supposed to say? Doing anything for him. I'll jump in front of a train for him. I'm sorry.
This business exists because of the tragedy that Dante experienced with his mother. It has to mean something.
People know the reason you bought the business?
No, we don't tell anybody our business, you know.
Your background, motivation?
No.
I'm a big believer that in business, consumers will rally around a cause or a story or some personal connection they have. People like to do business with people. It's okay that you amplify who you are. That's how I make a connection with you.
You've really been a mother and a father for
19 years now.
I asked Jimmy to go with me to Liberty Park, and I know that he's been spending a lot of time worrying about how things are gonna get done and what's gonna happen and how this deal's gonna work. So I thought it'd be a good idea for him and I just to talk one-on-one without Dante.
I'm so worried. I can't. I wish my
What are you
girlfriend yells
worried
at
about?
It's his future.
But
His future.
let him worry about it. And when you owned a business and you had to work 90
I
hours
went home
a
on a
week,
heating pad every night. I know.
did anybody help you feel better about it?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
So
I didn't have a father like me.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about you, Jimmy. You care so much about your family.
That's all I have. I have nobody else. Just those 2 boys. If something happens to me, they have nobody. That's why I called you.
Let's go under here.
But we're in the middle of this heavy discussion, and all of a sudden, this storm comes through. And I'm definitely gonna wait this thing out because there's a lot more to say and there's a lot more to understand.
Look at the rainbow.
That must be telling us something, right? Must be the World Trade Center.
When you look at that building now, what do you think of?
The suffering that my wife did. I should take a picture of it. It's blowing my mind. I can't believe that that's happening now. She's always around me. I see signs of her all the time. Only the good ones die young. She was really great.
How could you use the restaurant to create more awareness?
We never ever talk about that. I don't ever tell anybody.
Well, do me a favor, put some thought into what you and I could do to create awareness for those people that do feel forgotten, okay?
In the restaurant?
Yep, in our small little corner of the world. I know there's gotta be a way to honor Dante's mom and to bring Dante and Jimmy closer together. I know there's gotta be a way. Let's get the restaurant open,
Okay.
and then we'll go from there. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. All
I
right, come on,
appreciate
let's get out of
everything.
here.
I appreciate everything you're doing, man.
I know that Dante and Jimmy have really struggled to tell their story of why the business exists. And so I found an organization in New York City called Stars of Hope.
These are stars of hope. Children paint inspirational words and messages on the stars, and their way for families to get together and express their compassion to anybody in need of hope following either natural disaster or human-caused tragedy.
How do you sell them?
This is a $5 donation per star, and that's what enables us to go into communities and do disaster relief. This is a very special star of hope I wanted to give to you, just as a little way to say, you know, Peggy's light never dies.
They definitely haven't resolved what has happened, and particularly Jimmy. And so what I'd like to do is make a donation to your organization for $25,000.
Wow.
They'll take the stars that come with that donation and they'll make that part of their business. And it now gives your mom a presence in the business, and it gives you guys something to feel really good about.
I feel pretty emotional. I think this is a great opportunity for us to help their organization. Remembering my mom, that's just unbelievable.
I think they now feel like they have something they can take back to the restaurant and be proud to talk about, and be proud to show people, and be proud to tell them the story. And that's the love for their mother and wife. If we can have your attention for just a quick moment. When I receive applications from people for help, what matters to me more than anything is the purpose of their business.
My wife passed away in the World Trade Center, and I used funds that he got for the death of his mother for the restaurant. Marcus loved our family and what we were doing here, and he offered to help us out, and he offered to help the community out.
We have a new and improved business for everybody to enjoy.
Yesterday, we went to an organization that really brought it all full center.
Stars of Hope, we are a nonprofit organization where we go to different communities to paint stars to honor those that were taken too early by tragedy or disasters.
We made a donation to the organization, and we purchased 5,000 stars. And so when you come here to eat, there'll be paint provided. You'll be able to make your own star.
Each star that we donate is going to help somebody facing very hard times in life.
There's a lot of different ways to get a return on investment. And in most cases, it is money. But in this particular case, it is seeing that the memory of Peggy will live forever, and that Dante now realizes the importance of being a business owner and having pride in it. And Jimmy now realizes that his son can rise to the occasion. Thank you. Enjoy your meal.